right, so today I am going to another epic home studio in Kannapolis, North Carolina. It is an entire house. The whole house is a studio. This guy, Travis Motley, reached out to me, and the studio is called Diamond Productions. Apparently, it's like a whole production company, but they have this studio and it's amazing. You can book them for everything from songwriting to recording, mixing, mastering, and distribution, which is very, very cool. Go check them out. I put all of their links down in the description. Thank you, Travis, for inviting me out. It was really cool to come out and see your studio and hang out with you guys. And this video is brought to you by Sweetwater. If you guys haven't heard of Sweetwater, they're the #1 online retailer of pro audio and musical instruments and all kinds of you can get an iMac on there or whatever. They send you candy when you order something from the website. I don't know anyone else that sends you candy, which is incredible. Best customer service out of any of the retailers for pro audio or musical instruments. Essentially, they set you up with a sales engineer, which is someone who you can call on the phone and talk to, who will help you find exactly what you're looking for and then actually follow through the process after you order it to make sure that it works. They do a great job of taking care of you. Great warranties, customer service, the whole thing. Go to sweetwater.com, buy some stuff. If you have any questions about the gear in my studio, links down in the description that will take you to Sweetwater. Helps the channel. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring the video. Let's go check out Travis's studio, Diamond Productions. They have a YouTube channel, by the way. I put their YouTube link down in the description. Yeah, and smash the like button, of course, and subscribe and all that stuff. Okay, let's go check out their studio. Yeah, we'll just come over here. I'll knock on the door. It'll be just like I got here.
Maybe the blanket can go back in the basket.
It might help. Let me just show you what you look like.
I'm gonna make this so weird. Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Come on in.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Diamond. Nice to meet you too. This is Steve.
Hey, Steve. I recognize a custom shower when I see one.
Yeah.
Who did the shower? You own this house or you rent it?
We rent, lease, yep.
Did it kind of come, because it looks like it's been renovated?
A friend did renovate. Come on in, please. Make yourself at home. This is the kitchen, cafe.
Okay, and you got a room that you do a lot of work in there?
Uh-huh.
I love how the lighting is in here.
Natural lighting was big for me. We've got our coffee station, the Jura. We do all Hatchet coffee.
Is this an espresso machine or what kind of machine is this?
Kind of all in one. We use it mainly for either small or normal pour coffee, but it does espresso, pour, ristretto, and then regular drip, 8 ounce.
And then the lighting here, what's going on? Is this?
Got all hue lighting.
Okay, so you guys do full-on sessions here.
Everything from songwriting to full bands to mixing, mastering. We got a publishing admin side of the company, as well as CCLI, multi-tracks, the whole 9 yards.
And then you got a little glass over here.
That's a Chemex, yeah.
All right, so general layout of the studio.
This would be the control room essentially, but we'll also do a lot of multi-instrumentalist setup with keys and guitar players being in here. We'll put either amps in the ISO booth or vocalist. But yeah, this is Studio A. Yeah, it's a very, very different layout than most studios. Normally it's like long ways. Kind of broke a lot of rules here with perfect ratio situation, but one day I did flip the whole room and tried it long ways.
Yeah.
It sounded terrible. This way is cool because then the light really evens out around you as you're sitting here. But yeah, drum room, I'm sure we'll get there. We'll get to that in a sec. Throw a few guitar amps in there if we need to, depending on the session or project. This is Caleb doing some editing. He's a
Hey, Caleb.
assistant in production and operations here.
Dude, this is a sweet desk. Argosy?
Yes, Argosy Dual 15, mahogany, or the Carl Tatz Special Edition. It's especially fun when you take it from one studio to the other.
How long have you been in here?
In this space, almost a year and a half. It's been ever evolving, as are most studios. Just figuring things out piece by piece, room by room.
And then did you start with the whole house? Conceptually, you're like, this house will be the whole studio?
Yeah.
Cool, so what was the process of like trying to treat this room?
When I first got in the space and took a few measurements. It was more of just kind of getting the equipment in and getting a lot of the acoustic treatment, the prime acoustic treatment that it currently had up in specific places, mainly in this area, and then designing moving forward, like where other reflections were. But yeah, since it's really especially wide on the right side, according to the control room. I didn't want to close it off because I wanted the ability to kind of have that communal feel with the artists, with everybody, because when you start to add more and more spaces in a space like this, it can get kind of disconnected. At this point, we're kind of a poster child for prime acoustic treatment.
Yeah, you got a lot of it.
And then some diffusion as well. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Grant, at McGinnis made. He made this beautiful diffuser. It's about 300 pounds and it's attached to the wall with 2 steel plates, 3x3s.
3x3s?
Yeah, the TV is ever evolving. We've got cameras in the booths so we can wire them up to see the artist, or
that's awesome.
If I'm tracking drums in the drum room, we can have the camera up on there, or we can just have Apple TV rolling. But yeah, it is kind of nice to disconnect a little bit over here. Play some darts, got some analog games, you know, your Cracker Barrel games,
nice.
Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, and then you have 2 other rooms.
Yes. I'll show you the drum room first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a drummer by trade. Started when I was just 8 years old or so.
And that is a massive cloud.
It is, yeah, 4x8. We built that one. It's just a lot of Owens Corning 703 in there, and then around prime acoustic treatment as well. And those glass doors were actually a happy accident. They're from an old IKEA wardrobe. And it kind of, at the little bit of angle that they're at, they kind of really help with redirecting the sound upward a little to create a nice reflection, actually. So it makes the room a little more lively.
So then you have the second sort of control rig here.
Yeah. If I'm here by myself, I can do everything because it's still hooked up to the computer.
That's awesome. What kind of kit is this?
This is my DW collector's kit from 2006. Yeah, it is actually a paint. A very, very special kit that was made. DW made it, but I have a matching snare as well that was made by Craviato. It's very special to me. Just recently upgraded the rims.
What is that, 22? I'm gonna guess 22 by 22.
22 by 18.
22 by 18, okay. And we got the 2 racks, 2 floors.
Yeah, 10,
Some
12, 14, 16. Then there's a 13 as well. Right now the Black Beauty's on there.
You got the tuner fish, I see.
Yeah, I got some of those floating around. They're convenient for the hitting side.
And what's this little guy?
Snare weight.
Snare weight.
Like that would be the most muting, but then you can also magnetically clip it back. Or if you don't want to use it.
Okay, and then these are the
Constantinople. I like hi-hats that are either one extreme or the other. So this is actually a Constantinople thin 16-inch crash on top of a K dark thin crash. And ironically enough, then I've got a 18-inch thin crash Constantinople and an 18-inch dark crash, which I will also use as a combo as hi-hats sometimes.
Okay, sweet. There's not a computer here, right? This is just a monitor, mouse control. I like the second desk, whatever this rack is.
On stage.
On stage.
Sweetwater. This setup is awesome for most genres that I'm recording. 22K light ride, 218 crashes and 16-inch crashes as hi-hats. But if we're doing like a country tune, I actually love these 12-inch new beats. They are super to the point, very thick. So just for that tight hat sound, it's great. 14-inch fast crash.
What?
That's a rare one.
Yeah.
It's almost splashy. Then the Uptown Ride, very cool, super dry, 18-inch. Actually, Sweetwater. Okay. The 18-inch Uptown Ride, the 14-inch fast crash, and the 12-inch hats are the
pack?
Yeah, it's a pack.
Oh, interesting.
Like 550 bucks or something. This is one of my favorite cymbals of all time. 22-inch Carope, very washy. I use it most of the time as a crash, or I'll swap it out here and use it as just more of a light ride. Pro tip, guitar stands as cymbal stands.
Okay, and then what others, do you have another snare?
Got a few. This is an old Yamaha that is from my first kit, Stage Custom Advantage stock snare. This is from a friend in town, Barry Moore. He made this. It's like a super thick shell, great for gospel-y music or a really tight pop track or something. 68 Ludwig Acrolite. I've got a 40 strand on there. And then this is kind of my baby, the matching snare that goes with the kit. It's Craviato, signed by Johnny. And then all the accoutrements over here. This is a 1923 Ludwig bass drum. It's a 27.5 inch. It's extremely hard to get drum heads for this.
Yeah.
This is a DW Pancake bass drum. I love this thing actually. Like it's a 20 inch. But then you can also use these little fun mounts and mount it as a gong drum too.
Okay, extra hardware.
Yeah, all the
practice
different
pads,
odds and ends, mono cases.
You got these little cameras in here.
Yeah, zoom. Next room would be Studio B / the tracking booth for vocals, acoustic guitars.
Okay, so this is like a walk-in closet.
This was not originally here. We built it out.
Okay, so you added the wall.
Yep. It's about 8 inches of rock wool. And then we've got a double pane window. Pretty dead.
Nice and dead.
More rock wool in that panel and in that panel. And this is Owen Corning 703 above you. Big shag carpet on the floor.
And then what's this guy?
SE Electronics, SE 2300.
On quick clips on an Ultimate stand.
Always have waters available for the artists and pencils for all the notes and in case they tear up or get some allergies.
Yeah. Okay, and then how does that door work?
Yeah, it slides.
It's okay, so you put it on some casters and you got a little slidey magoo.
Yep.
How did you do this? Was it just, you just figured it out as you went, or?
Drew it out a little.
Yeah.
Because this was the drum room. This whole room out here was the drum room, but because it's a little oddly configured and the dimensions, it made more sense to kind of have this as a secondary studio / tracking room, and the booth made way more sense once we took the doors off of the closet too.
Yeah.
This is Studio B and Alex.
Oh, hey, Alex. Oh, hey, Matt.
Matt's the intern here. Alex is a engineering assistant here. Smart people. Do a lot of pre-production and songwriting here. It's just a nice little nook for a new artist, especially, to kind of get away in a comfortable little environment.
Writing, yeah. What computer is this?
It's a MacBook Pro from 2017. Everything's pulled over the network, so we can open any session that's on the main computer. It's proven to be really effective. Some Atom audio, oh gosh. That little work of art, that is definitely a tape machine. So my girlfriend's boss actually made this. They do industrial materials and they had some sort of acoustic lining. So they made this like box and put it over a really loud speaker. Okay. And so when they put that box over the loudspeaker, it would do away with all the sound, and this fed the speaker. So a little 1.5 channel mixer and a built-in, yes, that's vintage
old
right
school.
there.
A MacBook Pro, you guys running Pro Tools?
Yes.
And these are the TV, is that what they are?
T7Vs from Atom Audio. They're on Ultimate stands with the sand in the stand to really isolate it more. And so just a little PreSonus Studio 26C as if we need to plug a mic in right there, but it's also the monitor control. Headphone out as well.
What's this thing?
This was a gift a few years back from my family. It is a Studio Master Mixdown 1648. It needs some work.
16 channels, 4 returns.
It was modeled after some of the old Neves. The preamps actually sound really, really, really good and very, very Neve-like. The EQ is extremely touchy.
I like the shower curtains. What's behind that wall?
Wall, and there's some treatment.
You guys did this?
More 703, and those have rock wool in them.
M50X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 of them, and then a 20.
Got some cables.
We got
DI boxes.
We got a few cables. All mic line, we're doing Mogami, and then instrument line as well. Lots of Procos for sure.
These are like the hangers that you would get for like a shed.
Yes.
And then you got a healthy grip of gaff tape.
Some harmonicas.
Some Honers. Shout out to Honer.
Yeah.
What are these?
Basically, like, we've got headphone extensions for all the mixers for the P16s, but these have proven to be a bit better, so we just run TRS out of the mixer, and then it's XLR in. The artist can just clip it.
Oh, cool.
And plug their headphones in, and there's another volume.
Who makes that?
Elite Core.
And then you got some radio boxes.
Yep. Some Mackeys.
Barefoot.
Pretty much radials. The Mackeys are backups at this point.
So what do you got up here?
Nice little collection, I guess, starting over here. SE V-Kick, love it. Super modern sound for kick drum. It's got a lot of different adjustments, combinations. Say modern because you can just kind of roll off.
Scoop it or boost it.
Yeah.
I love that all the mics are on quick clips.
Some old 90s Biodynamic TG X20s. These are like just quick if we need a handheld for anything, or they're actually great on toms. I also love Telefunken.
Yeah, what is that?
M82. The name is right there. M82.
M82.
This was actually made.
Is that like a FET? What kind of?
It was made actually similar to like a RE20 or a SM7, like broadcast style.
Oh, okay.
Bass drum. So you got some high boost, some kick EQ, kind of similar to the V-Kick, but it's just a little bigger sounding.
Sure.
But also with the Telefunken sound. This is a Beta 56 painted gold, because why not? A couple 57s painted gold, because why not? 545, love this. Very similar to a 57. Little more top end, little more bottom end, and a switch. And then a 565, a 57, and a 58.
Oh, cool.
Basically, little stereo bar. This is a Earthworks, so we're getting into Earthworks land. Earthworks kick pad. This is like a predetermined EQ. You could put a 57 with this in line on a kick, and it's just gonna give it more of a kick sound. All the Earthworks 4DM20s pretty much do regular mic clips. I like to have even tom mics and stand mics on their own stands instead of clip. 2 SR25s and SR20 LS. Great kick mic as well, especially with the kick pad. But I've used this on snare. Earthworks stuff is honestly just ridiculous. You can put them on anything. I record every acoustic with one of these straight on the sound hole.
And what's the number on that one?
SR25. A couple old CAD mics. Yes, one is gold. Small diaphragm condensers. There's a cowbell over there. Up here, Golden Age Project R1As. They're active ribbon mics. I love them a lot. They're steel. They will be replaced by the R88A. And then 2 U87s that are not clones, even though they're made by a different company. Avalex back in the day made a lot of mics, a lot of knockoffs essentially, but they're Neumann components. So they are Neumann with a different name on it. I got them from my dad's old friend who's literally old, and he was an Avalex dealer in the early 90s.
Was there a fireplace on the other side of this originally?
Yeah, so right here, it was just concreted in, and of course on the other side it's fireplace. Yeah, since this mantle was still here, just added another level to it, and then the hooks, and then more hooks because of more cables and more and more and more. These are literally just old patch panels that are not patched or soldered or anything.
Sure, yeah.
I needed more places to hang more cables. There's always just more cables.
Yeah, I got you.
Extra externals for when I travel or have different projects. Guitar straps, XLR patches, 1/4 inch TS patches, TRS patches, male to male, SD cards for videos that will be put on YouTube.
Yeah. Start a YouTube channel and then go and everyone...
Does it work?
Yeah, go to his channel and then press the red button and watch him. Do you want to go talk about your rig?
Yeah.
And the desk and stuff?
Sure.
And the gear? Hey guys.
Hey.
So, let's talk about this rig. So first, the desk. Remind me, what is the model of this desk? Because I like the shape of it.
It is a Argosy Dual 15 mahogany / Carl Tatz signature. 2 separate bays on the sides and then back bays as well.
8 space racks on each side.
And then 3 spaces on the back.
And is there a shelf down there?
So it's cleaner than most. I like to keep it tidy, and there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
This is LG, what is this?
Samsung.
Samsung.
Yes.
Okay, it's got a little bit of a bend to it.
It's a 30-inch curved screen, not ultra wide. I had an ultra wide LG. I liked it a lot, but since we're implementing multiple screens, like on there's another session cart.
Messes with things.
Yeah, everything is mirrored off of this screen with the best resolution. It's a 4K screen. This is a Mac Pro 2019.
That is the fatty, and you have it in its own machine case.
So it's got air intake and air exhaust, and there's a HEPA filter built in, so it
wow, nice.
Cleans the air. So the Furman is a voltage regulator and UPS. So if the power goes down, I've got, I believe, 6 hours. It weighs 150 pounds. So yeah, all the power is actually drawn from one main audio circuit, actually in a separate room. It hits this first. So the computer is going to this. And then also this is a standalone voltage regulator as well. There's 2 banks in this. First bank is analog equipment. So the Atoms, the Manly, and the Audience go to the first bank here.
Okay.
And then some of the digital conversion, the UF8s, the other power conditioners go to the second bank of power. Then this hits the Furman UPS, like the main power center.
So the computer is a Mac Pro.
It is a Mac Pro. It is the Mac Pro rack,
and a lot
16
of
core,
cores.
192 gigs of RAM.
Oh my God, what?
In the Mac Pro, there's the HDX Pro Tools card.
Okay.
PCIe slot. That is going via DigiLink cable straight to the Pro Tools Matrix Studio, which is the interfacing conversion. The software is incredible. The software is called DadMan. You can route anything, anywhere. Matrix Studio has 2 onboard preamps that we're actually using for each talkback mic. This talkback for control room is going straight to preamp number 1, and then it's routed straight to the ADAT out, going to the P16 mixers. And then the drum talkback, so that the drummer can just have a quick on-off switch, is going to the second preamp, which then pipes through, of course, to the speakers and to the mixers.
Mic pre's are from the Audient, right? And these are...
The 2 onboard pre's are for the talkbacks,
but the rest.
Yeah, we've got the Audient ASP 880s. Really good, clean sounding, very British SSL kind of model preamps. You can clock them to the clock master. I do pretty much everything at 48K. Yeah, so 16 between the 2 modules going straight over DB25 into the Matrix Studio. Another really big thing for me was I just want DB25 from one to another. Then over here in the left bay, the P16i, or the input module that feeds the mixers and other P16 ports. Mostly we have a mixer in the booth and then one in the drum room. But there's also output taps here. There's outputs on the back that I've wired up so we can throw other mixers anywhere in here. And it shows up, you can see the ADAT A and B in the software, the DadMan. This is a Kemper profiler. Honestly, we use this for 98% of tracking guitars. I've got a rig manager on the computer with about 19,000 amps.
That's a lot. That's
and
crazy.
I use about 6. So easy to dial something in that's not only controlled, but sounds real.
Yeah, what's this Manly guy? I love the Manly stuff.
One of the most beautiful channel strips. Vocals sound absolutely outrageous through it. EQ is phenomenal. The compressor it can be a lot if you need it to be. The limiter is great. It's a brick wall limiter, so it can do that thing if you want that thing.
Yeah.
It's proven to be handy on every account. Manly Core reference channel strip.
And then you got the SSL UF8s.
Yes, I love them. I absolutely love them. I'm a big SSL fan. I learned on a SSL 9000J. We had the Nucleus, SSL Nucleus here for a minute. It's great in its own realm. Ironically enough, it didn't work out because of routing and different things and so on and so forth, but then SSL dropped the UF8s. We only use Pro Tools. There's an occasional Ableton thing that I'll dip into, but in that case, if I needed the different layers, it's right there.
And then the S3Hs? SH3? What are they?
S3H, one of the best things ever. There's nothing bad about them, but they just sound like one of your favorite songs that you listen to in the car all the time. You turn them on, you turn the song on here, and it's like, I never heard that before. You just get all the information possible. And they're midfields, so I've got them back a bit on the Argosy stands.
And then you got some guitars over here.
Used to have a lot more electrics. Time went by, this and that. The only one that's not mine is that Seagull, which is actually a high strung. But my friend left it here a year ago. Eric Flores, he's actually a professional golfer. Hey guys, get to work. Yeah, Gretsch Honey Dipper, that's what it's called. Resonator. I wanted a dobro and I wanted a banjo, but this just fell into that realm perfectly. Gibson J45 Custom, 60s.
Yeah. Alvarez?
Breedlove, actually.
Breedlove.
This is a 2009. This was my first real acoustic. It's the Roots series. It's basically a Gibson, a Martin, and kind of a not too bright Taylor all-in-one. This is my Getty Lee Fender jazz bass. Love this bass. Put a black pick guard on it. It has a really great bridge, vintage style pickups. Bought this Jag from a friend. I like it because it's a little different from other Jags or Jazzmasters where there's like 14 switches, humbucker and single coil. But so in this position, this becomes like a hot rail. But in this position, both are single coils. So it's kind of stratty. This I bought from a friend, Supro. This is actually fantastic for slide guitar, but all these guitars are used on pretty much every record, every project we do. This is the first guitar I ever bought when I was 15. JBP. It's all stock. The only modification is instead of the strings going through the bridge, he actually did body through. It's a mean telly. I love it. We call it peanut butter and jelly. And these stands I love a lot too. Gator makes them. Yeah, we do a lot of, it's a very modular setup here, so we do a lot of moving.
If I'm watching this and I live in the area or I want to come here and make a record or reach out to you, what's the best way to do that? And
website is World Wide Web, www.dmndpro.com. So if Diamond Productions was shortened, check out the website. There's contact on there. Instagram is very easy for us to chat back and forth as well. DMNDPro or info@dmndpro.com.
Follow you on the YouTubes.
We'll be revamping that channel.
So everybody, go follow Diamond Productions website, dmndpro.com.
Is my hair okay, Andrew?
It looks really good.
Thank you for having us here.
Hit the like button, subscribe, go follow them on all this stuff. Thank you for having me, and then I'll get out of here.